Hello my good people, welcome back to my YouTube channel, that is Farm with Maxwell. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. It depends on the time you're watching this kind of a video, so that we can just learn about pigs. Yeah. So today I'm going to dive into actually two main topics for pigs. And that is specifically to be piglet, yeah? The management practices of a piglet. One of it is about iron injection, and another one is about tooth clipping. And through that, after explaining everything, I'll show you on how you can handle your piglet. That means about something about restraining your piglet, the correct way to handle that piglet when you are just doing those routine practices. So for now, I'll just explain something about tooth clipping. I'll show you how we do tooth clipping, and apart from doing tooth clipping, I'll even show you where we inject the iron injection. Yeah. So when I'm talking about iron injection, there are some things that I have to tell you what the importance of iron injection. Yeah, as you can see, we have the pigs here. They're just sleeping. Here, let me just have a back camera so we can really appreciate about that. So before even I dive into those topics, yeah, so let me just start with how we can handle these piglets, the humane way on how to handle these piglets. So I'll just catch one piglet here. To handle a piglet, one of the things you can do, you can handle your piglet this way. If you like, you can handle it this way. Sometimes you can handle your piglet this way. You see it is now not even making noise. And if you like, yeah, you can even combine the legs. Yeah? You put this leg this way. Yeah? Most of the instances, it is when you are doing something that we call castration. Yeah? So when you are doing something like castration, you have seen that I've just interlocked the legs, and apart from that, you have seen the way, like today we are going to do tooth clipping. So I'll hold it by the neck region here so that we clip the tooth. Yeah. Let me show you. When we are talking about tooth, yeah, we are going to clip these tooth. Yeah. Here, we are going to clip these ones. These, and for the other side, these and these. So this is what we are going to clip. And apart from that, the iron injection, yeah. So the iron injection, you are just going to give it. Actually, we are going to give it intramuscularly. So that means we are going to inject towards the flesh of these piglet, yeah. So that means we use this region here, or use the thigh muscle here behind, yeah. But for today we are going to use here, yeah, because they have fresh in them, yeah. So let me explain something about why we do iron injection. This is the reason why we are doing iron injection, yeah. You see, like this piglet, the way it has been born, with around 50 milligram of iron in its body. But remember, for survival and the entire thing, the piglets need around 250 milligrams of iron. So that means we have now to supplement this iron, because the milk from its mother cannot reach that 250 milligram. Because one of the reasons is this. You can see this of our piglet, our pig here, it is confined. Yeah? Because it is confined. Remember, one of the sources of this iron is from the soil. If the source is from the soil and this pig does not get access to the soil, so that means in the milk there will not be enough iron to supplement this piglet. That is the reason why we are doing that. Yeah? Another thing, when we inject this iron, because the iron that we are going to inject is called iron dextran. So for this iron dextran, it is usually recommended that it is being injected maybe in the first week of after actually giving birth, farrowing. Yeah, the first week you can inject that iron dextran. Then after that, you can even repeat 2 weeks apart. Yeah. The reason for injecting iron is this one, because I've said about piglets, they don't have enough iron in their body when they are being born. Yeah, so that's why we are going now to supplement those piglets. Another reason is because to achieve that maximum growth, we have to inject iron, because actually it promotes growth. Another reason is it boosts immunity, because once you inject the iron, immunity will be boosted. Another thing that I can talk about iron is when you don't inject your piglets with iron, yeah, there's some colors, like you can see the coating of this piglet. You can see it is somehow, it is anemic. What do I mean like anemic? It means it appears like whitish in color. So that means it does not have enough iron in the body. So that's why we are going to supplement, because for piglets, that is the main reason why you are supplementing that, yeah? And remember, when you don't do any iron injection, that means in terms of immunity will be very low, and it can even die. That is all about iron injection. So I'm going now to talk about tooth clipping, yeah. So the reason for tooth clipping is this, yeah. As you can see, when we entered this premise, you see that the mother, when the piglets wanted to suckle, you get that the mother is trying to hide its teeth or below the surface, so that the piglets cannot suck. Because you see, when these piglets have those tooth that I've shown you here, it means that those tooth, they cause harm to the teeth, yeah. When they are trying to breastfeed, you get that they can even slice the teeth, yeah. Because when we try looking, maybe you just do some something like physical, we call it physical what? Something like you are just doing physical looking at the teeth of the pig, yeah. You will see that it has some, actually it will be having some injuries. So that's why it is trying to hide its teeth on the ground. That is the main reason. Another reason is because, you know, when these piglets, they are playing, they are fighting each other. Remember, when they have those teeth, remember, it can cause harm to others, because when they are playing, you can see that it can even crush another one with its tooth. So to avoid that, we have to reduce that those tooth, even for future, yeah. Because when you leave these teeth the way they are, when it comes maybe in future, you get that when maybe handling this animal, let's say when one of it becomes very aggressive, you just enter this premise, then once you get inside, you get that we call it imejam in Kiswahili, yeah? It is very aggressive, yeah? It can even bite you, because it has those sharp tooth, yeah? So that means that it can even cause injury to you, because being bitten by an animal is not something something easier. We have to handle these animals with a lot of care, with a lot of everything. So the first thing that we'll do, we'll start by tooth clipping. Once we are done with the tooth clipping, we can now go maybe injecting the dextran. So the requirements for tooth clipping, yeah? One of it, you must have a tooth clipper, yeah? There is a special gadget to do tooth clipping, yeah? And that gadget, actually you just place, then you cut the tooth, and you just restrain the animal well. Remember, when you restrain your animal well, so that means that you avoid injury to that animal, yeah? Because like the way I was showing you, when I restrain that animal very well, it moving side by side, it will be very hard for it, because I'll have restrained it well, so I won't cause any injury to it. So that's why I have to show you on how to handle those piglets, so that maybe in future, because one time you'll be handling these pigs alone. So when you are doing that, you have to handle it with care. Handling a big one like this, yeah? Remember, a big animal like this, you have now to bendeleza it, yeah? You have to handle it softly, yeah? You have to do something like this, yeah? When you want to inject maybe a needle to this, yeah? You just try catching it this way, then you insert your needle here, it won't wake up, yeah? It will just be this way, then you inject what you are going to inject. After that, you are good to go, yeah? You just keep it calm, then you handle it with a lot of ease, yeah? But when you try that, you now want to race with this pig, yeah? Remember, it is very strong. You'll run with it here, up and down, up and down. At the end of the day, who is training? You will be the one who is training, yeah? So when you are handling these bigger ones, make sure that if you don't have a pig restrainant, yeah, there is a special gadget that it has something like a hook in front, yeah? It is called a pig restrainant. But that somebody usually put it here. You put it here near the nozzle for this, near the snout, yeah? You restrain it from that side, then you handle, because it has something very firm, yeah? You hold it from there. So because we don't have that, now we have now to calm our pig very easily, yeah? You just do this way, you inject what you want to inject with that, yeah? You see, like this pig is very friendly. I wish it could be having problems so that we could inject a needle to it so that we can see what demonstrate it practically. But we will do that another day, yeah? That is how we handle big pigs like this one, yeah? So I really appreciate for your time and the entire thing, because we are now going to practical, yeah? So practical, maybe we won't take videos about that. Maybe once we are done, we can take even now elaborating how we have done it, and at least it can be something that at least it can be appreciable. So we are now going to practical. So practical, after practical, now we'll see how they are after practical, so that I can show you this is the way, here is where we have injected and the entire thing. For now, thank you guys. Yeah, it is now time to put them inside. So remember, we have to chase them, yeah? You can see now they are here. Yes, they are here. So we have to chase them so that they enter inside, yeah? Put this one inside, it should enter there, then we do the entire thing, yeah? They have to remain inside here so that we can do the operation, yeah? Remember, there are 3 of them, the big 3, yeah? You can see the way they are, the big 3. 2 male, 1 female, yeah? 2 male and 1 female. But I can just, before even I proceed, I can ask the owner something about, okay. Before I proceed, I can ask the owner something about this pig, yeah? I'm with the Tembe 001 here, and I think I can ask him something about these pigs, yeah? Yeah. So, the way I said, I go by the name Farm With Maxwell. So I have here Itembe 001. Itembe actually has hosted me today in his pig. So I'm going just to ask him a very simple question, because I have to know, because there is one management practice of piglet. We call it castration, yeah? Because I've seen you have some 2 male piglets here. What are your intentions about this piglet? Because this piglet, yeah, there is something that I usually call something like inbreeding, yeah? Where that if you want to expand your farm, one of the things that you have to avoid is something about inbreeding, yeah? Inbreeding is the mating of related animals. Yeah? Yes, related animals. So when you do that, that means in terms of diseases, will affect you in terms of early mortality rate in your piglet. Yeah, maybe you get that the rate at which this piglet will die is very high because of inbreeding. So there is something that is called castration. Like I usually tell farmers, yeah, if you know these piglets, you are not going to give them to anyone before they are mature enough, yeah, because maybe your intention is to keep them here. Why can't you do something like castration to them, yeah? Yes.
So you know, when you are doing something to benefit.
Yes.
You know.
Yes.
So I can't keep all of these pigs, and or yet I don't have you know, I don't have a lot of money, you know. So maybe sometimes I will do it like a business.
Yes.
Yes. That's my intention. When it will become to be a lot, then I have to sell them, you know.
Yeah,
so that's why you can see I start raising them because when you have a lot of things, you know, you have even to sell.
Yeah, you have to sell.
So I'm not keeping them that for the flowers.
Okay.
You know, I'm doing them to benefit me and my family. So that's why you can see when they will be big, then I will sell. Then I will do it like maybe a business.
Yeah. So because sometimes you sell, because you are maybe because what I believe myself in business, yeah, the more they grow, the more you get a lot of fortune from them. Yeah? You sell good amount of money. Don't you think that maybe leaving them the way they are, uncastrated, yeah? Maybe will they not mate even with their mother, because once they become big, you know, they will start mounting.
I will separate them.
Yes.
Yeah, maybe to every pig to his cube.
Yes.
So I don't know. I hope they will not meet.
Yes.
And maybe the mother, when it will be the time to go outside, maybe it can go today.
Yes.
And tomorrow not go.
Yes.
And then maybe tomorrow I will release them to go outside.
Yes.
You know, maybe the only males.
Yes.
And the only females. That's how we'll do.
Yeah, I've seen that's a good intervention. Yeah, if you will separate the male from the female, yeah, it will really work out. Yeah, because I've now seen what you are thinking about. Yeah, because you have this good breed. Yeah, remember this is a crossbreed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well adapted to this climate, well adapted to maybe something like meat conversion rate. As you can see, the piglets are just 1 week old,
Yeah.
and you can see them now. They are big.
They are full.
They are big now. They are converting that what they eat into the meat itself. So that means, yeah, these are very good breed, yeah, because you have a very good breed, yeah. I've now seen your intention why you can't castrate them, yeah. It's because you have good breed. You can now maybe sell to other farmers here nearby, so that even for them they become with that good breed, yeah, which is very good. Actually, it's something good, yeah. Yes.
And for the, like, this is female, you know.
Yes.
So for the male, maybe we will use this one for modern. We will not look outside for the male.
Yes.
Then we will give it pregnant. Like, you are a veterinary, you know how we.
Me, I'm not a veterinary. You know, people assume I'm a veterinary, but I'm just, I have that gift of handling animals. Yeah, I'm not a veterinary. That's the reality. I usually tell my farmers, even if you like me, I come to your farm and do the entire thing.
But you know, you have the knowledge.
Yes, I have knowledge about these animals.
Pregnant without using.
Yes, there is something that we call artificial insemination. Huh?
Yes.
In Kenya, we have semen for pigs.
Yeah.
So once, let's say when you are winning these piglets, yeah? When you are winning them, because in this journey I have to walk with you. Yeah. We have to work together, yeah. When you are now winning them, yeah. Remember, once you win these piglets, yeah. So that means they will stop suckling the milk. Maybe in the next 6 weeks from now, 6 weeks from now, when you're now winning, immediately you win the same week. Actually, a lot of pigs, once you win their piglet, they become on heat.
Oh, okay.
So when you are about to win these piglets, you now tell me that I'm winning, yeah?
Yeah.
Then I tell you on how to look for signs of heat, yeah? One of the signs, yeah? You see this, you know the vulva, yeah? The vulva is behind here. There is something that the vulva, yeah. One thing that you will see, it will be swollen and it will be like reddish, yeah. Reddish. That means it is on heat. That's why the heat came from, yeah. Another thing, you can even see some discharge. Another thing, when you enter inside here, you try maybe catching this pig maybe here. You see this place here? It is like it is bending low. So that means it is ready to be mounted.
Okay.
Yes, it is ready to be mounted. When you see those signs, yeah, so that means your pig is ready to be inseminated. So that's the time that you just tell me. Then maybe I call an expert. If you allow me, I can do it for you.
Yes.
Then we just, because we have something like there is a delivery tube for the semen, yeah, because you have to place semen from the one end, then there is a tube that is being inserted through the vulva towards the uterus. So once you insert, then it has something like you can press this way, yeah? You press it this way, yeah? So the semen flow toward the actually we call it the horns, yeah? So that towards the uterus body. Because you pour inside the uterus body, now they will move by themselves to the ovaries, yeah, and that you just have inseminated your pig that way, yeah, which is very appreciable, yeah.
Our good people, we are trying our best so that we can know how to go about the pigs, and I know even you can learn from our videos here how to go about this. Right now, we have the piglets and we have the big pig here, which is female, and we want now to cut the teeth and everything, you know. So when you are watching our video, please, if you like to keep the pigs, then you can learn from our videos how to go about it, you know. We love you so much. Keep in touch, you know. Yeah, let us go now to
the real assignment for today.
Yeah, but we will not show this because the copyrights and other guidelines.
Yes, I think it is against the
law,
YouTube
guidelines.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Love you.
Hello guys, I'm done with those procedures and the entire thing. It is now time to leave. Let me now show you the way they now look happy. Here they are. Yeah, you can see now here the dam is sleeping very happily. You can see here the piglets. You can see there is something like what you see behind the ear. That is where we have injected the iron injection, and now they look healthy and enough. So we will come look at them in the next maybe a week, so that we can really appreciate the maturity rate and the entire thing. Yeah, now we have prevented something like being anemic. Now it is time to let them grow to their maturity. But I'll talk to Itembe 001 so that we can repeat the iron injection, because it is very good to repeat the second jab of this iron injection. Yeah, you can now see the way they are sleeping. Yeah, look the way they will sleep, all of them. Yeah, remember this is a stressful environment. At the end of the day, they have now to sleep here, and with that healthy flock of sheep, healthy flock of piglet. Yeah, this one thinks that the other kid has breast to breastfeed on, but that's not the reality. Here they are, very calm, and that's the way they go. That is now bonding. Yeah, near their mother, that's called now bonding. They want to sleep next to their mother so that they can feel the heat from their mother and the motherly nature of their mother, so that they can do what is called bonding. Yeah, that is bonding for piglet. Yeah, and that is love, one love. And that's it. Yeah, I'm now leaving the premise. As you can see behind my camera there, that is the piggery unit. So we really appreciate it. It is very simple and appreciable. Thank you guys. I hope you have learnt about something good. Thank you guys. Goodbye. Remember to subscribe to Farm with Maxwell. There we go.